right, Mark, this is what we have,
Yes.
man. We still have this built in, by the way, into Agent Legend. And I don't know that you or Jacob have ever logged into Agent Legend. In fact, Trenton, I don't know if you've ever logged in there as well, but we have these built into Agent Legend. And the reason we have it on Agent Legend, which we're trying to put these into Chime, Trenton, if you're paying attention, Trenton's our director of tech. These would go really well into Chime. Right now, we have them into Agent Legend because you can see here how I've outlined it. So I've outlined it here, and then we go into details. There's the outline, and there are the details, right? So we'll go into all that. But first, what we like to do here is indicate what it is. Call, text, email, video email, if you want, text, voicemail drop, text, voicemail drop, text, email, video, mail, if you want to do, or voicemail. Sorry, I can't read apparently. Voicemail, right? Or text. And then we give you the option, as you see it rounds up, we give you the option to say, hey, well, if you don't want to just do an email, you can also do a video email. And we have those at the bottom as you go through this. Now, I want to touch on two things here. This on your past client one, we change it up here. Like you look at day 10, and let me grab this right now because I know some of you want it right now. Let me share it, copy the link, and I have to stop sharing to put it into the chat because Zoom's feature right now is broken for some reason. I can't share and put into chat. Let me know if you can open that. Yeah, you can. I see all of you jumping on. Perfect. So we change this up I change this up probably every 6 months, only because the market shifts. So what I want you to take a look at are the links. That's where I want you to change things. So you see here, that would be one that you could change. If you don't like that specific landing page, you could have a specific article, you could have anything. But the point is, when we're dripping our past clients, we want to make sure that it's with value, right? So you can use this in the form of, let's just do what Tristan's doing and reword it. Some of you may not use emojis. I know Mark and I use emojis, and we also use GIFs a lot. So if that's you, do it. If not, don't do it. I have a joke that I still have here, even though it's not funny to a lot of you. It's funny to me. It's a text that says, do you want to buy another house? I'm joking. On a serious note, how are you doing? And then
you're like, yes, I do want to buy it.
Yes, Mark would love that joke if I sent it to him. He'd be like, yeah, I do. No, I don't. Sorry. And then voicemail drop, day 130. You can change this up. I know some of you are love to reach out to your past clients and take them out to lunch, to dinner. I like coffee specifically. I've been wanting to change this one from Starbucks to Ragamuffin. Now that I'm like a Ragamuffin freak.
Is that a donut shop?
Not a donut shop. Damn it. Trenton, it's not a donut shop. And then right here, you can either do a video text. I like video texts. For Agent Legend, we can only do 15 seconds or less. So we have that built in already, just so that they get something a little different. Or you could just send out a regular text. And then again, emails, I would suggest that you always update these, bring in the new ones. This one, I'm going to just show you what it is so you can see, hey, I don't want to put that one in. I do. Things to do when moving into a new house. That one you may want to put in a little bit sooner. I have this one in on day 190, but I also say that here, right? I say, hey, look, I know you're probably super busy the first few months when moving in. I didn't want to bombard you with a lot of emails, and I know that they won't read them anyway. But now that they're in for a few months here, I put 2 of them in here for them. You could change these out. This is one that I have that I like. I read it through. It was really nice. Or if you've got, even better here, if you've got one built out that you can do on your own and put it into a blog, definitely do that. One of the things that we did, go ahead.
What about keeping current matters?
Keeping current matters is great, man.
On that? Yeah.
You know what I would probably do? And I went over this in the morning for a whole hour on a group coaching session with our coaching clients. I went in and I showed them what to do on this. So a lot of you have heard of Chat GPT. So what did we just look up right now? What was it? Things to do when moving into a new house, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Chat GPT. I'm going to put what are the 5 things to do when moving into a new house. Let's see what it gives me. As I'm talking to you guys, I've got the AI in the background thinking. They're actually little elves, like I told the group. They're little elves, and they're busting out some books, some real estate books, and they're putting it all together. And there you go. Number 1, change the locks, right? And this is just AI writing this for you. You can go in and change it up yourselves, put it on your blog, and instead of having some random blog over here, put it on your website. And now, I mean, look, just don't do this. Don't copy it word for word, right? What I want you to do is go in, and when you're like, change the locks, one of the first things you should do when moving into a new house, and then just add it. So the idea, and this is what I coached on in the morning for an hour, is when you go here, be specific. Like, let's talk about the area that you're in. Mark, if it's for you,
yeah,
I'd use that. And I'd be like, in Thousand Oaks, this is something that we do, right? In 2023, add the date, add the area, get specific for SEO purposes. And then, you could throw that into your blog specifically. Go ahead.
That chat, is it GDP or GDT, whatever it was? It reminds me of Jasper.
Oh, dude, this Jasper's like for babies
compared to this.
Yeah,
dude,
Chat GPT.
I'm gonna look it up right now and see what it's all about.
Chat GPT is on a whole nother level. So, look, use the drips that I built out. Let me go back to the drips, and then we'll go over these. Where is it? All right, so second, things you need to do after closing on your house. You could do the exact same thing, copy it, or you could just use a link that you like. I happen to like this one by My Mortgage Insider. And then the voicemail drops that it automatically does on Agent Legend, or Chime for that matter. If you have Chime, that it has built in with another company as well. Now, just go through it. This is what I want you to do. I want you to make it yours. And that's the whole reason behind it, right? And this is why I'm giving it to you, so you can kind of morph it and make it your own. Now, any questions on the past client one? Nope. Okay, good. Well, hold on. I didn't see it because I closed down my screen on my end. No questions. Good. When you're building anything, whether it's a drip for open houses, it's a drip for online leads, which we've got plenty. I like to outline it like this, so I can see it clearly as to what happens first, what happens next. In fact, I've done it deeper with Lucidcharts. Remember, we've done it. You know what? I'll show you on Lucidchart. You could also run it on Lucidcharts. Let me see if it remembers my password, though, because I've got a few different ones. If it logs me in and it takes me to the right one, we can go into the right one. This one's kind of one. The one that we have. Yeah, this is a good one. I'll show you this one. So we do this for a lot of our processes. So you saw the past client one. Well, for online leads coming in for Zillow, Realtor.com, this is how we build them out, so we know how to communicate with people. We try to break it down into different stages, right? What's happening at each stage, how we can communicate better, and then it goes all the way down. So we try to build these out, and they get really nuts. So this is just a light one, but the idea behind it, right? Use it. It's right here. This is how we kind of do the flow. All right, now let's go over. Well, hold on. Mark, do you have any questions on the past client ones?
Groovy, good. Actually, no, I was going to ask you, what about services, like third-party services that you would recommend for outreach, like Client Giant, Happy Grasshopper, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, outside of the drips.
Yeah,
definitely, man. Outside of the drips, hold on. Now that you mentioned that, let me grab this, because we also have that whole HOP process, and that's your brand needs to meet them at home, online, and at their at online and in person. So I love coffee. Mark likes big events, right? Jacob likes pickleball, like that. What events are those? And we go deeper into it in this, and I'm going to grab it and then dump it into the chat so you can grab it there as well. Which, thanks for the setup, Mark. Pickleball is your life, Jacob. That's right. All right.
Pickleball is
Some
love.
of you know
Pickleball
I've got a book coming out by Wiley, the publisher. It's a 200-year-old publishing company, great company. And the book comes out in April, but we break down everything in detail there as to what to do for different stages. We actually have a lot of drips in there as well. So pick that one up. I'll put it into the chat. But yes, in there, Mark, we go into the details as to what to do with your past clients.
I want to pause for just a second. I just want to say, like, congratulations, dude, on your book. And everyone in this, give Tristan a shout out. Congratulations, Tristan. I'm not typing in congrats. That's actually awesome, dude. There. That's so cool.
Should I say thank you? Thank you.
You should. You should.
There. Thanks, everybody.
Look at all that love, dude. Look at all that love.
Thanks.
I love it. That's awesome, dude.
So if you get a chance, pick that one up. It'll be good. A lot of details. I try to put a lot of what we do into that, from the calls, from the coaching, from experience, some stories in there as well. So let's go into open houses, since you guys don't have any questions when it comes to the past client ones, specifically drips. Okay. We're just going on follow up and drips. Let's go to open houses. And yeah, I'll put this one in here as well. So remember the open house drips, these, look at this. These shut off after the consumer responds. So it's like, if it's meant to do that on Agent Legend, I can have them not shut off, but I've had that happen and I forget, and then they just keep going and it feels like I'm deaf to what they're saying, right? So this is why I have these specifically shut off. Now with that, I do the same thing here, except this time I highlight the specific thing that's going to happen in red. So we go all the way down. Red, see, day 2, red, day 3, red, day 5, red, day 10, and so forth. It goes down for 15 days, but not every single day. Now, before I share this with you, I want to go to Mark and ask Mark, how are open houses for you, man? Because all throughout the United States, they seem to be going really well right now.
Yes. If this is one of those like moments, on social media where it's like hot or not, and it's like open houses, this is where I would say hot. They're very good. Lots of great individuals coming through with their hands raised. Hey, I want to buy. Hey, I want to sell. Hey, I want to invest. So definitely something to do if you're not doing it. And if you fell off the wagon from doing it, get back on, because right now it's hot.
Yeah, the rate that continues to slightly drop. I mean, it's the lowest rate we've had in a while in comparison to like 3%. Well, yeah, that's crazy. But I'm saying the whole rate went almost past to 7.5%. Right now it's like very low 6s, and that's bringing back a lot of buyers that are serious. And now they're saying, well, what's our possibility? And that's who you're having go through open houses right now. So with that, let me grab this and let's go over it, because I think we got about 10 minutes. So if you guys have any questions in between, drop your questions. Let me grab the link, and I'm going to need to know if you can open that. Just dumped it in. Let me know if you can open that, please. Raise your hands or just tell me in the chat. I can open it. Oh, yeah, I see a lot of you there. Good. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's go into this. Let me explain to you what this looks like and the idea behind it so you understand. Okay. So Mark just finished an open house. The very first thing he's going to do is reach out to them before he picks up his signs and say, hey, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. The challenge is that even though Mark is amazing, and I'm making this shit up, so correct me if I'm wrong, but even though Mark is amazing, he may forget like day 3 or day 4, because he's also getting online leads, and he's also getting referrals, and he's also having to do social media, and he's also having to do all this other stuff. And so what we realized early on, and this is also an Agent Legend, and Tristan, I know you're watching. He's our director of tech. Let's put these into Chime. But these are our drips that we put in so things aren't dropped and forgotten. So we try to automate it again, look at it, see what you can change. It's the verbiage that I have for me personally on how I communicate. So voicemails dropped immediately after I add them into Agent Legend. And hi again, it's Tristan. Thanks for visiting the open house I hosted. I have a little bit of an idea of what you're looking for, so I'm going to send you some homes based on that. Let me know what you think. I'll also text you. Have an awesome day, and thanks for stopping by. That's 0 minutes in, and then a minute later, an automated text goes out, says, hey, and I use their first name because that's the way it works. The system grabs it. Hey, first name, happy face. I feel like Mark and I communicate almost the exact same. It's crazy. Hi, Joe. Happy face. Just left you a message. Thanks for stopping by the open house today. I have a couple of homes that you might like. Some people, Mark, don't feel comfortable with that line. And it makes sense, right? If you don't know the area well enough, if you don't have homes that are off market, if for any reason you don't like that line, take it off. Put in something that you like. We put that in there because we do have people that we're talking to all the time that have homes off market, or because we're door knocking, or because we have such a massive database, we have homes offline. And that's why I said, do you want me to text or email it to you? Again, I'm giving them value because chances are the community, and I'll go down with you a little bit more to explain. Chances are, if it's not Mark or Jacob or myself that are reaching out, it's very spammy, the communication that goes on. They're asking if you've got a realtor, if I'm the consumer, right? And Mark's an agent. Typically, we're getting, hey, do you have an agent that you're working? How many homes have you taken a look at? Have you been pre-approved? All the things that the consumer doesn't give shit about. All they want is to look at property. And they want to get the best property available for the best price. And their number one fear right now, are they buying at the right time, or is the market going to tank more? And you have to talk to that fear. And if you don't talk to that fear, you're going to miss the opportunity. So that's how we build our drips into this. Mark, anything you want to add in there, bud?
Yes. So for those who are interested in doing this, whether with Agent Legend or yourself, one like bit of advice, if I may, is if you want to do this like first follow-up call or text, one thing that we've done before in the past is we've actually shot like a video, and it says like, hey, thanks so much for stopping by my open house. I just picked up my last sign, and wanted to let you know I have a couple of properties that I'm going to send your way, blah 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 blah. It can be generic, and guess what? You can even film this on your way into the open house when things might be a little bit slower, and you have it ready to go to just blast out at the very end of the open house before you lock the door. Same thing for a text message. If you don't feel comfortable doing the video message, type out the text message before the open house and say, hey, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm looking forward to sending you some properties. I have a couple off the top of my head that I think that you might like, or that I'm going to send your way. Is it best to whatever the script said, right? And then you just have it ready, queued up, ready to go. So you copy and paste from your notes and just drop it into each individual person. And it really creates like a good flow. And I know how it is. Sometimes after an open house, you kind of just want to get home, or you kind of want to like get your signs and get all that done. Having this already ready to go, where all you have to do is just plug in, several digits, and you're good to go, and you press send. It's really going to pay dividends for you.
Yeah, and if you've got an admin, even better. They can add them into the CRM for you. You just send them a picture of everyone that signed up, right? The challenge is that Mark and I don't know how Jacob does it. We need to bring Jacob in next time. But Mark, the way I do it is I follow people. I still kind of follow people, and I just kind of make it friendly conversation, right? And then I kind of gauge where they're at, because I've been doing this for so long. And through telemarketing, it's like, they want to talk. So I talk to them more, get their information. And now I have it written, but I wrote it, right? So I have to take a picture of that and send it over the admin. I don't do the put in your information and log in type of thing, but that works well too, if that works well for you. So how do you do it?
I do it the exact same way. So what I do is I have a sign-in sheet there available at the front of the home. But I also, what I mainly do, Tristan, is I mainly connect with the client, give them some space, reconnect with them during their showing, and then kind of just like conversate with them and kind of get to know their story. And then at the very end is where I ask the questions of like, may I send you properties that are both on and off the market, so on and so forth. And they say yes, almost all the time. Why? Because that's why they're there, to see homes, right? And if you connect with them, I ask for the number right there. What's the best phone number for you so I can send you these properties? It works 90% of the time. I get their phone number.
Yeah,
now,
man,
I have the open house and I have the open house sign-in sheet though, in case like, it gets really busy and you can't be with every single person at one time. You say, hey, would you mind signing in?
Yeah, that's so good, man. That's a good point. One of the other things I've tried in the past, because I haven't had an open house for a while, so maybe you guys want to try this. And Jacob, maybe you want to try this too, since we get this for free. I used to try this one. So keeping current matters, again, on the back, things to consider when buying a home and things to consider when selling a home. They're PDFs. There are a few, I think they're like 16, 20 pages long with graphs and everything. So what I have is I have a copy of this at the open house. And let me see if I can download it so I can show you what it looks like if you're new to this. And I have a copy of this, and that's that I print out. And then another way of getting people's information is saying, when I ask them questions and they're saying, oh, you know what, we're thinking of buying or we're thinking of selling, whatever it is, I've got the report for them. I said, let me do you a favor. I'll text this over to you. What's your cell phone number? I'll send you the PDF. And then this is 23, really 22 pages long. And now all of a sudden, I have another reason for them to give me their information. And I dump that in there as a PDF by text. So let me finish up the drip. I think it was that screen. Was it here? Oh, somebody asked what Chime is. This is Chime.
It's the future.
Just a CRM. It's like follow. It's the future. That's a good one. Open houses. So again, these, I think there's a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forms of communication that go out, and it's all based on giving value. And you can do it on video, email. Just go through it, see what resonates with you, see what doesn't. Again, I try to do my best to come from a form of giving some value so that you can better understand what's going on and how we can help you. But did I already give this out? Yeah, I handed this out already. All right. So
Also,
any
Alex
questions on this? Go ahead.
Dude, Alex, he has one right in the chat. When sending video, do we use BombBomb or what system do we use?
It depends what you want to do with it, man. BombBomb, if you could do one video that will encompass a topic that can go out to different people, I would probably use BombBomb. But if it's an individual message that's going out to one person by name, I'd probably just do it on your phone. That's a great question, Alex. So I'd probably say you need BombBomb for doing something like this. And Mark answered that one. And guys, we go over scripting, we go over dialogues, we go over what's next in the market, we go deep into what you should be doing on social media and in real estate. So if you have questions and you want to go deeper, we only have 30 minutes a week here. There's a Brilliant Tribe link, so you can see what coaching looks like with us, group coaching, one-on-one, or one-on-one at a higher level, whatever you want. Mark, anything I missed, buddy?
Susie says, I live in the mountains. Open houses aren't that popular here, and there are a lot of gated communities. Would you suggest virtual instead? Virtual open house. I mean, yeah, you could do virtual open houses as well. Very definitely. As far as gated community goes, you can't really door knock in those. So I would also recommend doing cold calls and also warm calls as well. Because you can call in those gated communities, but you can't quite knock. As long as they're on the do not call list. We're going to go ahead and plug that in there in the video.
And Susie, what I would do is I might look to have a local event in that closed community, just where you can invite all the neighbors. Whether it's kind of it has a feel like a broker's open, but not for brokers. It's just for the community. And this way you can invite them, see who the HOA, who leads the HOA or who heads the HOA, go through them. And you can definitely do that. We've done that in the past. Jacob says, do a video walkthrough that's really hip and awesome and promote it on social media. That's a fast-paced but clean. Yeah, we do have examples of those that we've been able to break down to show you exactly how to do that. I would use either Instagram or TikTok or YouTube to be able to do that, or all three. Stacy, there's a lot. Sorry, Susie, there's a lot you can do, especially if the home is beautiful. People love to take a look at beautiful homes in the mountains. So that's all the time we've got for you. Unless we have another question, do you have a good email to send listing agents to ask for holding an open house for them? It's always challenging to get an open house.
I got you. Wait, dude, I got this.
You got this? Oh, shoot. Go ahead.
Dude,
yeah.
forget about the email. Pick up the phone and you call and you say this. Hey, Tristan.
Yeah.
Hey, Tristan. This is Mark with your office over at EXP. How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing well. Hey, I just wanted to congratulate you on your listing on 123 Maple Street. Awesome property.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to reach out. I wanted to know if you're doing an open house this weekend, though.
Not this weekend, no, but thank you. Maybe next time I'll let you know so you can stop by.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to stop by. Is it okay with you if possibly I would possibly host one for you and maybe procure a buyer and get that property helping closed?
Yeah, that might work. Maybe on the off weekends that we're not doing it.
That would be awesome. Okay, and then from there you just go through the script and everything. Now you're going to keep doing that, Sue, until someone says yes, and someone will say yes. And just text them and say, "Let me open it." Yeah, that's awesome. Great. Wow, a lot of people are doing this. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, text, call. I personally like the phone call though. That's what I tell all my agents in the productivity coach is do phone calls, and a lot of them get open houses by doing it.
And who asked that?
I think it was Sue, isn't it?
Susan.
Yeah,
Susan, just make sure that your broker is okay with it. I know some brokers in some states don't allow you to have open houses outside of your brokerage, which is crazy. I think one of those is Maryland or Virginia. I don't remember. Or maybe it's DC. So just check with your broker first. Yeah, move to California. We can do that in California.
No. I'm saying California is the same thing over at Keller Williams.
Oh, yeah. So just make sure your broker is okay with that. And then make sure that your state is okay with that as a state law. Other than that, just do it. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you want more coaching, hit up Mark on IG. Hit me up
I actually
anywhere.
changed my handle, so it's easier for you guys to find.
Wait, follow Mark on, where are you at, Mark?
On IG. I changed it so it's much easier. The Mark Rader. You can't get more simple than that.
The Mark Rader on Instagram.
Yep.
What kind of stuff are you putting on?
There's another Mark Rader out there. It's an imposter.
The Mark Rader. Let me find you and put the link in there. The Mark Rader. There you are. All right. So Mark's really good at scripting and dialogues as well. So you can always hit him up for that too. He does our group coaching for scripting and dialogue. Can Mark be my coach? Assuming you wouldn't. Nelly, yes, of course Mark would do. Mark would be your coach all day.
I'm doing coaching tomorrow for ABT. So let's go. Drop that link.
Yeah, Jacob Siegel says I'm sure going to follow Mark. That's fair, Jacob. Wait till you're up here, then we'll have Trenton make fun of you. Oh, you're so funny. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.